Hey YouTube, this is part 2 of the interactive book review of pages 82 through 126 of the amazing book, The Science of Black Hair by Audrey Davis-Sivasothy. Stay tuned, we'll be discussing hair gels, preventing breakage, and how not to overproteinate your hair. Let's get started.
Healthy hair riddles. Unlock the secrets to your hair.
So let's get to gels very quickly. I love that she talked about gels. I don't use gel that often because I was never that great with them, but I want to share because a lot of people out there use gels. So she said the most commercial gels are too hard for the hair because of the hard proteins and SD alcohol that depletes the moisture and elasticity. Let's pause for a moment because I got a lot of subbies and a lot of newbies. They're growing their edges out. They're trying their best to do what they need to do. You guys, gel has protein. If you're not moisturizing your hair appropriately, it's going to break, dry your edges off and break it. I know we want to have the slick down ponytails. I know we want to hold on, let me put my bang over here. I know we want to do all of that, but you guys, it's important that you don't overdo it with the gels because it will dry out your hair. Here's some important tips. If you gotta have gel, you need to do this. Use gel only on clean, conditioned hair, period. If you let the gel build up on the hair fiber with oils and other products, it's going to create an environment of dryness and hair breakage. Then she said you can always re-wet it or re-mist it with water and just smooth it and tie it back down with the scarf, but don't all this reapplying it every day and trying to comb it while it's dry. And no, that's too much. Then she said buffer and protect your hair from gel by applying a moisturizer and oil product to hair prior to applying the gel. This will protect the hair from the gel's drying agents. The whole point is you need to buffer your hair. So that was like a big aha moment for me. And make sure you guys, you test your conditioner out. Like whatever conditioner you're going to use, put a little on your hand and then just like a little bit right here and then put the gel on top of it and mix it and see how it looks. If it curdles up and it makes like curdly stuff on your hand, you need to find a different conditioner to use because it'll do that in your hair. And some conditioners don't mix well with gels. So FYI, I learned that from one of my hair mentors. So anyway, if you are protein sensitive, period, she said lay off the gel, period. Just lay off the gel. Now this I happen to know because one of my subbies, Miss Tripp, you guys know she's working on her protein moisture balance, and she said the third ingredient in the Eco Styler gel was hydrolyzed wheat protein. Hydrolyzed wheat protein. Remember that because it's going to come up. Let's go on to breakage. Basically, there's only two types of breakage. One type of breakage is when your hair is moisture deficient. The physical signs that your hair is moisture deficient and that you need moisture is that your hair feels hard, elastic, or rigid. The causes for that particular type of breakage and condition, she said, are harsh shampoos, overuse of protein conditioners, that I was guilty of that, and reconstructor conditioners, I was guilty of that, and overuse of blow drying and flat ironing your hair. You guys, this spoke to me so much because I just did this accidentally, as you guys know. I was co-washing with something that had protein in it and I didn't know, and then I was my leave-in conditioner had protein and I didn't know, and my hair was just getting harder and harder and more brittle, and I was moisturizing and castor oiling and not understanding why it was getting worse and worse. So one day I was fluffing my hair and like this much just snapped off, like boom, in my hand, just bam. I was like, why is my hair breaking directly off in my hand? Like, I just don't know. So I then, because I freaked out, I did a protein reconstructor treatment to try to stop the breakage because that's what it will do normally. It'll stop breakage in its tracks. So I added more protein on top of the protein that was already in my hair, and it just got worse. And then I got her book, thank God, and I found out that guess what? My hair needs moisture. Gave it moisture, soft, supple, no more breakage, everything's fine. Two shampoos, my hair is like the softest it's ever been. So take it from me, don't do that. Breakage number 2. Protein deficient. This is when your hair actually needs protein. You have too much moisture and you need protein. She said the physical signs that your hair is going to feel super elastic, or it's going to be too soft. She said it's going to feel mushy and it will just stretch and stretch and stretch, and it'll feel stringy and stretch before it pops. Because when you don't have the protein in the hair, it kicks your hair to go into over elasticity mode on the moisture, so it becomes real stringy because it doesn't have the protein to support it. She said the causes of that are usually overuse of hair coloring and chemical relaxing. These particular styles destroy the hair's natural protein structure, and the overuse of deep conditioning or over conditioning your hair. But she did say that like 99% of the time the breakage is occurring in our hair is not because we over moisturize our hair, but it's usually because meaning it's not because we need protein, it's usually because we need moisture. So 99% of the time we're getting breakage because our hair is moisture deficient, because we usually don't over moisturize. Okay, so she breaks it down. She said protein and moisturizers work together to produce healthy hair. You have to have them both, so you can't go to one extreme and avoid it. You have to have it, they work together. She said neither works well without the other. If your regimen is heavy in one or the other, it will always result in breakage. If you all moisturizer, never any protein, you're going to have breakage. If you're all protein, never any moisturizer, you're going to have breakage. So the balance, she said, though, is not 50-50. That was an aha moment for me. She said it's closer to 90-10 or 80-20, but that each person has to find your own balance. You've got to figure out the balance that your hair likes. She said breakage can be managed strategically, wait for it, by alternating your protein and moisture-based products in your regimen. Meaning, 1 week you're using your protein-based products, and next week you're using your moisturizing-based products. So it's like a little juggling act. So your hair is alternating, giving what it needs. So basically, you need to go through your thing, she said, and look at your products, and you have to divide them into 2 categories. One, it's always going to be protein reconstructing and rebuilding. It's a protein-based product. Or 2, it's a moisturizing product that's going to be replenishing and conditioning your hair. Those are the only 2 categories for your products. And that way, when you have them divided, you know, as you're washing your hair, you feel your hair and you feel what it's needing at the moment. If it feels dry and like it's going to snap, crackle, pop, you're using moisturizing products that week. Another week or whatever, if you're washing your hair and it's feeling like a little stretchy, little whatever, and it needs some protein, you use a protein-based product while you wash your hair. So I just thought that was brilliant. Loved it. Now, when it comes to protein, this is what you got to check for. This is very important. She said most proteins in hair products have large substances, so they cannot penetrate the fiber and are mostly surface acting. Remember, we talked about that in the previous video. They stay on the hair about 7 to 10 days because the molecules are too big. But, touche. Here comes the deep part. She said modern protein-rich deep conditioners usually contained, wait for it, hydrolyzed proteins. This means they have been broken down into low molecular weight amino acids and combined strongly to the hair fiber and have longer lasting effects. So, remember gel? Remember hydrolyzed protein? Is it making sense now why the edges are breaking? Because those molecules are able to get in deeper and bind strongly to the hair. That's the issue. So here's the deal. When it comes to over-proteinating the hair, these are the things that can cause your hair to have too much protein. Protein reconstructor treatment products, volumizing shampoo and hair conditioners, most leave-in conditioners, setting lotions, gels, hair color rinses, thickening products, and products that contain protein or hydrolyzed protein ingredients, such as, get a pen, grab a pen, pause the video. I didn't know. Once again, great aha. Love the book. Then she got into other moisturizing ingredients, you guys. Besides water and humectants, there are other things that help to moisturize the hair. Ceramides and emollients are moisture supporting ingredients. She said they form breathable water barriers around the hair cuticle. And then she gave some examples. Now, you guys, you got to get the book because I can't give you all gazillion examples. I'm going to give you like about 5. Get the book, get the rest. But she said alpha hydroxy acids, cetyl alcohol, lactate, oleic acid, palmitic acid, etc. The list goes on and on and on. It's on page 98. Get the book. So then she goes over the difference between shedding and breaking. A shed hair will always have a white quote-unquote root attached to it. If a hair doesn't have the white bulb, then it's not a naturally shed hair. Low moisture hair care regimens, she said, are the most common source of breakage in our hair. Then she went over the zones of breakage, the 3 different zones to hair breakage. She goes over in the book. She goes over the hair regimen specifically for each one of those zones, what you should do to correct the breakage. Now, I know you're excited and you're thinking I'm going to give you, I can't, you guys. It's so specific. You got to get the book, okay? She gives like steps 1 through 9. I'm only going to give you 3 or 4, okay? So you got to get the book. So she says, if you're experiencing hair breakage and you're in zone 1 and your hair needs moisture, meaning this is a moisture-based reason for the breakage, okay? It's dry and it's brittle. She said that you need to use a sulfate-free shampoo. She said use moisturizing conditioner with or without heat, and apply a leave-in if you desire, and moisturize and seal your hair. Okay, with a good natural oil. Okay, and you usually can correct that in 1 session. Once again, she's got 9 other steps, so I can't give them all to you. Get the book. Please chime in as usual. Let me know your aha moments. I can't wait to hear from all you guys. I know Miss Tripp's going to have something great to say. I know my hair mentors are going to have something great to say. I know the newbies are going to have something great to say. I can't wait to have Grogan weighs in. So you guys, once again, it's so much better when we all chime in and give our opinions because we learn more. And you get to hear what other people, how they interpreted or read something. So it's just really helpful. If you haven't joined the Hot Caster Hair Growth Challenge, please click the link and join, because as you can now know, it's a polar oil, so it's going to definitely help your hair. And feel free, if you want to mix it up with some coconut oil, some other polar oils, you know, make your own concoction. Let me know your recipe. If this video was helpful, please thumbs up. You know ratings count. Please thumbs me up. Lots of love. Please, please, please subscribe. Lots of free great videos coming your way. And I'll talk to you later. Happy growing. Mwah, mwah.